Right now at 6, crews recover the body of a missing swimmer who was attacked by a shark near Monterey, what we're learning about the victim and the potential danger this time of year in that very area. And the rain is coming back just in time to ring in the new year. We're tracking the timing of it, where we can expect the heaviest downpours. Plus, we will meet the siblings who helped rescue a family from a burning home in Menlo Park. And another widespread power outage in San Francisco. We'll hear from fed-up business owners demanding that PG&E pay them more for their losses.
$2,500 is not enough. It doesn't come close.
And later, an antique cookware shop closing for good after more than 4 decades. And the owner says it has nothing to do with money.
I would keep doing it if it was still fun and it wasn't so much cleanup and aggravation.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Hello, I'm Sarah Donchi. Juliette has the night off. Family and friends are mourning the loss of a swim club leader who was killed by a shark off the coast of Monterey Bay. Erica Fox's body was found over the weekend. She initially disappeared during a group swim off of Lovers Point in Pacific Grove. Rescue crews combed the water for days. They were looking for her everywhere before eventually calling off the search. Her body washed ashore on a beach west of Santa Cruz, about 25 miles from where she went missing. As Scott Rates reports, the attack is putting the spotlight on the potential danger for swimmers in that area.
We are learning more about the victim in a deadly shark attack in Pacific Grove back on December 21st. On Saturday, crews recovering the body of 55-year-old Erica Fox. It was about 4 miles south of Davenport. Fox was the co-founder of the open water swimming group Kelp Crawlers. She was last seen swimming here at Lovers Point with the group. Witnesses reporting seeing a splash, and then she was gone. Investigators say that people in the area reported seeing a shark.
Monterey does have its tendency to get bites in that area.
There have been several shark-related incidents in this area over the past few years, including a man who was bit and survived in the very same spot.
On average, we have about 3 injury-related shark bites in California each year.
Dr. Chris Lowe is the director of the Shark Lab at Long Beach State. He says that despite the attacks here, shark bites are rare.
Your probability of being bitten is the same as like winning Powerball.
However, at Lovers Point, during this time of year,
subadult white sharks are in that area, especially in the winter months, because they're there to feed on elephant seals.
We're told that Fox was wearing a wetsuit while in the water. I asked the doctor if a shark might have mistaken her for a seal.
You know, the surprising thing is, despite all we've learned about white sharks, we still don't really know why they occasionally bite people unprovoked. So we can put that into 2 buckets. One bucket would be predation. They're biting people because they mistake us as prey or they think of us as food. There's not a lot of evidence to support us being food for white sharks because people are rarely consumed. The other bucket, one we don't consider, is defense. Sharks may be biting people because they feel threatened.
Dr. Lowe says that it's better to swim in groups and that people should treat the ocean with respect, but not be afraid to go into the water. Right now, the official cause of Fox's death has not been released as the investigation continues.
All things considered, this is the second deadly shark attack at Lovers Point in 73 years. We're told the Kelp Crawlers group held a memorial for Fox yesterday, and they plan to be back out there next weekend. Neighbors and business owners in San Francisco are demanding more compensation from PG&E after recent power outages. Nearly a third of the city lost power the weekend before Christmas, as we've told you. And today, a group of homeowners and business owners spoke out in the Sunset, and they are asking for PG&E to boost its credits from $200 to $500 for impacted residents and from $2,500 to $5,000 for businesses. We heard from the owner of a bakery who says PG&E also needs to make it easier to get a hold of somebody.
In general, I feel like it is impossible to reach an actual person at PG&E.
Neighbors have dealt with more power outages. Just before 8 p.m. last night, 11,000 customers in the Richmond and Presidio lost power after a transformer on Balboa Street caught on fire.
I tried to kind of dangerously, with flashlight in my mouth, continue making dinner. I just want to be able to finish out the year without this being a consistent issue.
Power was restored for the most recent outage by 11. Meantime, PG&E told us today the automatic credits it's offering are meant to provide meaningful, timely relief and that anyone who is not satisfied can file a separate claim for more. Well, it has been a dry and cold start to our week so far, but the rain is about to come back as we get ready to ring in the new year. Some timing that is. Meteorologist Darren Peck standing by. That's a night where a lot of people probably don't want to see the rain.
Just in time for it. I mean, the timing's not the best. We've been having incredible weather lately. Hopefully you've been enjoying the clear, sunny skies. Nothing over us but some Thule fog. But as we widen the view, look at this big batch of clouds down here to the south. Let's keep our focus here for a second because I'm going to switch from the clouds. I'm going to show you the rain in those clouds. And now let's bring that view back up. Let's follow this rain into the bay. You can see the showers are going to arrive by the time we get into Wednesday. A nice big green blob is going to be over us. That's just kind of a generalization to show you how this is going to come together. If you look up at the forecast monitor here, just a general takeaway for New Year's Eve, plan on rain. That showers through the 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour, and midnight is on there. But let's come back. I'll bring up the forecast monitor here because I just want to slow that down a bit and show this to you with a little more detail for now, just to show you how New Year's Eve will play out. It'll be cloudy to start the day. Rain will begin here by the time we get towards the early afternoon. And then as we progress into the evening, the showers will multiply. I'll leave this right here for now. We'll play it all the way through. I'll show you 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, what that looks like on here. Then we have to look ahead to Friday because this is light rain. Friday's more impressive, a totally separate storm. We'll look at both of them coming up in the full forecast. For now, Sarah, back to you.
Okay, we'll be paying close attention to that, Darren. Thanks for the update. We'll see you soon. Now, the Sierra has gotten a lot of snow. They were covered for the holiday week. This is Mount Rose Ski Resort just north of Lake Tahoe. These past winter storms brought 3 to 5 feet of snow to that broader area, allowing resorts to open more trails for skiers. Huge turnaround from the start of the season. They saw warmer days and little snow. Both locals and tourists have been taking advantage of it.
The drive up here was perfect. I fell pretty bad in the snow and I just sunk right through. It didn't even hurt at all. That's the best.
The conditions couldn't be better. So I know people have been going in the trees. They've been going anywhere they want. That big of a blanket is wonderful. We'll take it.
Earlier today, we heard from the head of UC Berkeley's Central Sierra Snow Lab about how the storms have helped the snowpack.
These storms helped us a lot in addition to the rain that came earlier. That said, we're still not up to average, and we're only about 20 inches off of our average here at the lab. So with the storm coming through later this week, it definitely looks like we might be able to get up to that average point, and hopefully from then on, we'll carry that forward into the spring.
Well, speaking of those averages, the lab says that on average, they see 30 feet of snowfall by the end of the season. A group of siblings helped save a family from a house fire in Menlo Park. They caught it on video on their phones. Get the little girl! Pretty scary. The siblings were heading home from a movie with their Christian youth group last night when they spotted that fire on Hill Avenue. They described what they saw and how they were able to get the family out of the house.
We came out, we see nothing but black smoke and flames. And we thought it was only right to just come check it out. And I think it was a good thing we came.
And we were all constantly knocking on the window because we seen the cars and we seen shoes outside the door. And so we were sure there were people in the house.
The 4 people in the home were able to make it out. 1 was treated for minor injuries. 2 dogs tragically died in the fire, but I'm sure the family is grateful for those siblings and all of their help and their action. Contra Costa County health officials confirmed a measles case today. They say a contagious person may have exposed shoppers at several Walnut Creek stores in the days leading up to Christmas. Usually those stores very busy at that time. Between December 17th and 19th, the infected person visited Anthropologie, Aloe, Macy's, and the Apple store at Broadway Plaza. Then on December 21st, they went to an urgent care in Lafayette. And on December 23rd and 24th, they were at the Kaiser Emergency Room in Walnut Creek.
Not an outbreak, but just one individual who was confirmed to have measles. The person is otherwise young, a young adult, healthy, did isolate at home after finding out that they were sick, fortunately did not need to be hospitalized and is now recovering.
As you know, measles, incredibly contagious. Health officials say that symptoms, if you have it, include a fever, a cough, congestions, and importantly, a rash. People who are unvaccinated, pregnant, or immunocompromised are considered to be the most at risk. Still ahead here at 6, we'll meet the owner of a longtime vintage cookware shop in San Francisco, and you may be surprised to hear why she's shutting down after 4 decades.
I've come out here when there's one maybe parking place that a regular customer could get into. Nobody's taking cast iron Dutch ovens down the road on a bicycle.
Plus, it's about to get more expensive to cross bridges around the Bay. We'll break down the price hikes and the changes for carpool drivers, too. And later, the Niners have a chance to lock down home field advantage for the playoffs. How much you'll have to shell out just to step foot inside Levi's for Saturday's showdown against the Seahawks. The new year is going to mean the end of the road for a long-time San Francisco shop. Cookin' on Divisadero has been packed to the brim with vintage cookware and other home supplies for decades. Max Darrow talked to the owner, who says the neighborhood is far from what it used to be.
Let me find it.
You may not always be able to see her tucked away behind the counter and the 1904 NCR cash register.
You looking for anything particular?
But if you listen for her voice...
Does that answer your question?
Judith Kaminsky will tell you where to find exactly what you're looking for in her shop, with mountains of antique cookware inside.
What are you using it for?
A present for my sister.
All right, walk back toward the cookbooks.
For 45 years, most of them on Divisadero between Oak and Page, running Cookin' has been a labor of love.
Okay, keep looking. You're in the right part of the world for what she's looking for.
But in recent years, changing shopping habits and the business landscape...
You can leave it up here or walk around with it, up to you.
...have outpaced her love for the labor.
Amazon parking and cleaning up after Gen Z. It's eating up all the time. And that part isn't fun. Cooking. The last regular day we're going to be open 12 to 6 is December 31st.
Judith is closing Cookin'.
What kind of things are you looking for?
She's not shy about telling loyal customers why over the phone.
Everybody thinks it's the rent. It's not the rent.
Or when they come in.
I would keep doing it if it was still fun and it wasn't so much cleanup and aggravation.
One key source of aggravation lately.
Take a look at the corner. It's all backhoes.
A lack of parking on Diviz, largely thanks to road construction.
I've come out here when there's one maybe parking place that a regular customer could get into. Nobody's taking cast iron Dutch ovens down the road on a bicycle. Okay, here we go.
Running a niche small business is always going to be a tall task, but she argues the city needs to do a better job finding ways to prop up small businesses outside of the downtown area.
Talk to us about what we need and what they are willing to subsidize or help us do.
Customers are certainly sad to see her close.
So I hope that whatever you're going to do next, it will be fun.
Sleep.
I understand that.
I'm going to do something else in this space if I can sell the inventory down fast enough. I own the building.
What that will be, time will tell. But until then,
most of it was a lot of fun.
She'll enjoy her final chats with some customers.
You looking for anything particular?
And will guide others on their final quests through Cookin'.
And you heard Judith say it, Cookin's last regular day open will be from noon to 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve, and then the doors are closing for good. The post-Christmas travel rush is underway. SFO was busy today, but the lines for security were not too long. We heard from passengers who say it was pretty much smooth sailing for them.
It was fine, no problem at all. We came from Vancouver, and no traffic through the city because we went through around 4:30 in the morning.
I came from Kansas, from Denver Airport, though.
Any hiccups today?
Not too much. It was a slight delay, but that's all really.
Now, according to FlightAware, though, there have been 19 cancellations into and out of SFO today. Well, it is already time to check those old Christmas trees. San Francisco's annual Christmas tree recycling program kicks off Friday. For 2 weeks, residents can leave their clean, bare trees by their compost bin the night before their Recology collection date. Recology expects to collect 590 tons of holiday trees, and they have a special plan for them.
This beautiful nutrient-rich compost that we make from this natural material you see behind me. It goes on to local farms and it goes on to local vineyards, and it makes the soil healthy.
All right, here's an important detail. The trees have to be clean of decorations. Obviously, you can't have lighting, tinsel, ornaments on there. Lights and other decorations can be disposed separately at Cole hardware stores across the city for a limited time. The new year is also bringing higher tolls at 7 Bay Area bridges. Starting Thursday, it'll cost an extra 50 cents to cross. The new toll for 2026 is $8.50. Then starting in 2027, it'll go up another 50 cents each year through 2030. And if you don't have Fast Track and you just rely on those invoices, it'll be an extra $1 on top of that. The Bay Area Toll Authority says the money raised from the hikes will go towards maintenance operations for the 7 bridges and pay down bond debt. The Toll Authority is also updating its carpool policy. Cars with 3 or more people get a 50% discount on tolls as long as they use the dedicated carpool lane and have a Fast Track Flex tag set to the 3+ position. The one major bridge that's not part of this is the Golden Gate, which is under a different authority. Those tolls already went up by 50 cents in July. An important vote for South Bay residents. The county assessor role will be on the ballot tomorrow for Santa Clara County's special runoff election. Candidates Nasa Flegor and Rishi Kumar are vying for the role. That will decide the value of taxable property in the Bay Area's most populous county. Voters can vote in person, by mail, or use the ballot drop boxes. So far, the county says that only 15% of registered voters have submitted their ballots. Coming up, last week's weather did a number on the famous Lick Observatory, and there's another storm on the way, as we've been talking about. Darren will be back with a full forecast into the new year. Take a look at the damage on top of the Lick Observatory on Mount Hamilton. This is from the wind gusts that went up to 114 miles an hour in last Thursday's storm. Just insane to think about how strong those winds were. They tore part of the dome shutter loose, and the section landed on top of a building next door. Crews used a crane to lift it off. The good news is that the telescope is okay, but the observatory does have to be closed for repairs.
All right, let's get ready for what's coming next. First thing is the cold. We got to talk about rain on New Year's Eve, but first let's talk about Tuesday morning. Check out the map. There's a lot of blue on here. Look at all the areas in light blue for all of the inland valleys, whether it's North Bay, inland, East Bay. Those are the locations that are inland and a higher degree of vulnerability to seeing your temperatures get a little colder in the overnight hours. So if you look back here, you see more 30 showing up. Look at Livermore, look at Antioch, look at Concord. And the North Bay valleys will do it too. Your temperatures will get down into the mid-30s. This isn't necessarily anything new. We've been doing this for a while. You've been seeing temperatures get down to just about this range for the last couple of nights. So how has that treated you? Just know that there's more of that coming. All right, let's take a look at what's coming after that. That's Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon, you're probably going to notice the clouds start to pick up a bit. And it's just going to be some high clouds coming in. And it's coming from this. Let's go back to that same area again. We got a lot of clouds down here. I'm going to fill that in with rain, and watch what happens as we take that rain and bring it up north. If we can bring the camera up here and get a close-up look as the rain works its way into the bay, you can see this arrives by the time we get to Wednesday. So widespread rain for us coming in on Wednesday. That's storm number 1. There's another one, by the way. It's going to come in on Friday, probably even be a little more impressive than that one. So let's take a closer look at how these will play out together. Here's that first one. This is where we left off the story in the last visit. In fact, I'll step this back one. We've seen the New Year's Eve forecast with a chance of rain going through 8, 10, and midnight. Let's now take a look at how that comes ahead. We know it's coming up from the south. Showers will begin by the time we get into Wednesday. Maybe a few light showers in the morning, maybe a few more noticeable showers, not just light, as we get into the middle of the day. And then those shades of green deepen up and the yellow bullseye start showing up, and it's going to be heavier rain as we get into the evening. That gets us ahead to sunset. And we can put this to specific. There's 10 p.m., spotty showers. Here's 11 p.m., no different. Here's midnight, same story. So there'll be plenty of breaks. Chances are you're probably not actually getting rained on directly at midnight. But at the same token, there are plenty of opportunities here for an isolated shower to come through. Things will already be wet. Unfortunately, you got to plan on rain for New Year's Eve, and it'll continue into the early morning hours, really going through part of January 1st. But if we look at the rainfall totals, we get about 1/4 of an inch of rain from that. That's the New Year's Eve day. That's Wednesday. By the time we've gotten to midnight, Thursday, that's how much we've gotten. Let's look ahead. Next storm's coming in. After we clear out the New Year's Eve rain, January 1st is in an opening. It looks like we get a bit of a break from the rain on January 1st, and then you'll see the next more impressive cold front come in. Totally different. This one's coming down from the Gulf of Alaska. It's actually going to have a cold front with better organization, and that means heavier rain Friday night. And really think of it more as like the second half of Friday, and the showers will linger into Saturday. We've got to keep a chance of rain on Saturday as well. But it really does appear to be focused more so on Friday watch. This is the Friday rain. And then if we add in Saturday, the numbers go up a little bit. But the bulk of these numbers are falling second half of the day Friday. So whereas New Year's Eve day, it's like a quarter of an inch of rain. When you add up the Friday night through Saturday rainfall, now it's more like 1.5 inches. So that's going to be more rain. That's how we figure that. All right. Shall we look at the 7-day forecast next? Why don't we do that? Say goodbye to our forecast imagery and let's just get straight to it. So plenty of days, plenty of terrariums are filled with rain back there. I think by Sunday we'll be able to clear this out. Oh, could be another rainmaker on Monday. Next week we will address in the coming days as we get closer to it. It looks like there could be another weak system coming for some part of next week. More on that later. Sarah, back to you.
Man, no holidays for you, Darren. We appreciate it. When we come back, another stunning win for the Red and Gold to look at the final play and how much you'll have to pay to see the Niners chase the NFC's top seed in person this weekend. The 49ers' improbable season rolled on this weekend with another come-from-behind win, and now the Red and Gold have the chance to lock down the #1 seed in the NFC. Last night, they held on to beat the Chicago Bears at Levi Stadium in a game that came down to the final play.
Clock has expired. Williams keeps the play alive. He's looking. He's got to get rid of it. Retreating, he throws. Incomplete. It's over. And the Niners have won.
Huge sigh of relief for Niners fans there. 42-38 was the final score. Now the Niners can clinch the top seed. All they have to do is beat the rival Seahawks at home Saturday night. The winner gets home field advantage through the playoffs. If you want to see the game in person, it's going to be expensive. The cheapest ticket we could find on Ticketmaster for now this afternoon, just under $400, and that is up in the nosebleeds. But if Santa brought you some serious cash for Christmas, front row tickets right behind the Niners bench were going for more than $5,000. The CBS Evening News is next on KPIX. Local news continues on our streaming service, CBS News Bay Area. We're back here in 30 minutes with CBS News Bay Area at 7. I'll see you then.